On YouTube, welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 powerful manamon. We're looking at good manamon that go beyond their potential, manamon that you're just going to use over and over again. Let me just turn the lights on so that I can discuss with you so you can actually see me. Oh, it's already up. We're going to be focusing on manamons from both manamon 1 and manamon 2. So let's get started, starting off our list at number 10. Cabaret. Cabaret is a water-type manamon. It is water and holy type. It gets some decent coverage moves, like Lunar Cannon, even though that's part of its normal type, but it gets the move Electric Shield. Now, how many water types do you know and learn it, apart from Friggle and Froggeril? Seriously. But Cabaret is a contender to be messed, is a formidable opponent if used well. And if you equip a Chrono Claw to it, then it can really show off how strong this beast can be. Number 9, Angelish. The transformation of Luscious. Angelish is the manamon that a lot of people get annoyed with, especially if you've been battling the second stadium in Sulphur Peninsula. Angelish can use moves like Rehydrate and Restoring Light. These moves, well, when used in combination with each other, can create an annoyer. Couple that off with Dive and you've got a really annoying opponent to deal with. You're probably best off countering Dive with, I don't know, maybe Tunnel Saw, but that's not going to do much damage. Number 8, Leonatar. Starting in Manamon 1, Leonatar was by far the most common manamon used in many teams. It's a powerful Earth-type manamon with a dual-type standard type. It can use moves like Earthquake, and in Manamon 2 it's given moves like Stone Pyramid and Dark Fang. Nothing else to be said about this manamon, but it's just an all-out winner nonetheless. Number 7, Erodium. Erodium isn't obtained until the end of Manamon 1, but Erodium can be a real monster if you play it really well. Erodium is first encountered in the cutscene after Octoros awakens it in Tangeria Tower before the destruction of Tangeria Tower, but you don't get to battle it until the end of Shadow Kingdom. In order to encounter Erodium, you first need to finish the game and be the Manamon Master. The next thing you want to do is go back to the area in which you first fought Erodium and Yavon. Make sure you have the Irod pendant that you picked up back in the factory, which you were told to do if you've been reading Jade's walkthrough, and use it in that room, and you'll be taken to a place called the Chamber of Hatred. Follow the corridor along, shouldn't be too difficult, and you will hear Erodium, so you'll be battling in its god form again, and then you'll be battling the catchable form of Erodium. So, let's just recap on the manamon we've gone over so far. We've gone over Cabaret, Erodium, and Leonatar, and Angelish. And now for number 6. The manamon that takes the 6th spot is Polysis, another mythical manamon, this time an ice type. Polysis gets some really decent moves in the earlier time you get it, but it doesn't learn a decent ice type move until level 60, where it gets what's it called? Frigid Touch, and believe me, that move does come in handy. I remember the first time I was battling Erodium, I had to stick with that Ice Cutter, and believe me, it did not do a heck of a load of damage, so I had to rely on Magic Lights, which is another move that Polysis comes with. Number 5, Fontazor. Another starter manamon, this time a Tangerian starter in Manamon 1. Fontazor is a tank when used well. Fontazor gets some nice decent moves. It is a pure water type. Moves include Aqua Zap for electric coverage, while also getting Drench and Waterlog. You can also learn, not Waterlog, I was meant to say, what's that move called? Oh, that's it, Storm Rush. I haven't played Manamon 1 in ages. Only, well, I have, but I haven't played it all the way through again. we're nearly at the end. Number 4, Centiplex. Centiplex comes in handy around level, no, really, really handy. Not just any level, but Centiplex is just one decent manamon altogether. You get some nice decent moves like Pest Pincer, and even though Centiplex is weak to poison, it just goes to show that it can do some decent damage if played well. I mean, I've only had Centiplex a short time, but my experience with Centiplex isn't that good, but it is good nonetheless. Number 3, Treason. Treason is the transformation of Furivia. You need to use a chlorophyll element to transform it into a Treason. Treason comes with some decent moves, Nature Smash, and stuff like that. And not to forget Toxic Storm, which really does come in handy. Number 2, Gymatron. Gymatron is just one of those manamon that you look at and think, oh. But Gymatron got a buff in Manamon 2. If you paid attention to the unknown gifts, you'd get a Gymnor that had the Anxious ability. And Gymatron would have its speed boosted, if you used it well, that is. And the best thing about Gymatron is it comes with some decent coverage moves now, like Counterspell, and some decent stab moves like Super Spark. And now, for number 1, the number 1 best manamon I definitely recommend, and I've used before, is Mondoval. You see, Mondoval's just so cool. Who doesn't love Mondoval? Mondoval is a rare manamon, and your only chance of getting it in Manamon 1, you get it in 2 ways. Well, you get them as a Montour, but if you've got an Autosyn at level 29, you can trade in Avalon City for a Montour, which you can then transform into Mondoval with an update installer, or you can go to the factory and catch 2 level 13 Montour. Don't worry if you don't catch one, because you can always catch the next one. So that was my top 10 list of really, really strong manamon that I personally have used and I personally recommend. Which manamon is your favourite? Let me know in the comments. This is Jordan Livesey signing off saying have a good day everyone.